Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening session. Today we are on 26th day. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ स्टडी ग्रुप के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। आज हम लोग 26वें सत्र में पहुंच चुके हैं। So let's begin our session by chanting Om 3 times. आंखें बंद कर ले। एक साधारण सांस अंदर ले, ब्रीथ इन and let go. Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji says, it is worth dropping all your past, be pleasant or unpleasant. एक गहरी लंबी सांस अंदर ले और अपने भूतकाल को त्याग कर वर्तमान क्षण में आ जाए। यह वर्तमान क्षण नया है। This moment is new. Let us chant Om 3 times in this new moment. इस नए वर्तमान क्षण की शुरुआत ओम के नाद से करते हैं। एक गहरी लंबी सांस अंदर ले Let us awaken the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले। आवाहनम 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 पुनः पुनः। गुरु वंदना कर ले। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us pray to the divinity within. गुरु से प्रार्थना कर लें। अपने मुख से निकलने वाले हर एक शब्द, हर एक वाणी, अपने सारे कर्म एवं विचार, अपने बुद्धि के अंदर जागृत होने वाला विवेक, अपने स्मृति के अंदर तैयार हो रहे इंप्रेशंस यदि हो रहे हो तो, और यदि अब भी अहम का थोड़ा भाव बाकी है तो वो भी गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना करें। अपने भीतर और बाहर गुरु का सानिध्य महसूस करते हुए अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो। Gentle smile on your face. You may open your eyes. Once again, good evening. Jai Gurudev to everybody. All the Zoom participants, all our audience, YouTube viewers and Facebook viewers, आप सभी का भी इस सत्र में फिर से एक बार स्वागत है। Today we are celebrating the festive season of Raksha Bandhan. So when we started with the Guru Puja, we actually, after Guru Puja, we saw a message from Gurudev talking about this Raksha Bandhan. So first of all, wish you all a very, very happy Raksha Bandhan. आप सभी को रक्षा बंधन के इस पावन अवसर पर बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। क्या होता है रक्षा बंधन? What is this रक्षा बंधन all about? Why it is being celebrated? क्यों इसको हम लोग मनाते हैं? What is the reason behind it? क्या इसके पीछे अपनी इच्छा होती है? क्या होता है? तो कहते हैं there is this story of Vamana. So Vamana is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and there is this king called Baliraja. No, so Baliraja is representing all the demons. No, he is the king. Now he is a very good person as such. So he's been doing all the good things and all that. So if he happens to go ahead, then probably the Asuri Shakti, the negative energies will propel. No, to curb that, to stop that. This story is being said that once upon a time it happens that Vamana comes and then he asks for a promise from the Badi Raja. Now this king Badi is known to be a very Danashri. Means he used to give all donation. Once he give promise, he never used to break that. No, so Vamana asked him, give me this this promise. And then he asked for once he gives him that 3 places of his path, no? उनके अपने पैरों के 3 पद वो मांग लेते, अपनी जमीन ही मांगते हैं उनसे. So when he gives him that promise, then Vaman, who is a incarnation of Lord Vishnu, what he does with his one leg, he completely puts on the earth is gone. The other leg he puts into this entire universe is gone. And now he asks, where should I put my third leg? He said, you can put it on my head because this head is mine. So you can put it on my head. And the story goes like that. He is then sent to the another loka, no? Patala. No? So, and then he actually bless him because he is such a wonderful being. He makes him the king of Patala. He said he is Chiranjeevi. He is there. No? He's been blessed to be there forever. No? So that kind of thing, that story goes. So that is where this giving a protection, giving a promise. No? So there are 2 aspects here. In India, we often see that the mother ties the Rakhi to the son, and the sister ties the Rakhi to the brother, and so on. Even the friend also can tie a Rakhi if it is required, if they share that kind of relation. So what is the significance of this? It is being said that there are 2-way communication here. Here, the male candidate, the boy or the male candidate is giving an assurance that I am there for you ever. No? I'm there to protect you whenever there is a need. That kind of assurance, that kind of promise is being given by the brother or the male candidate to sister. On the other side, the sister also with her power. It's not just the physical thing that matters. It's the mind. No, it is that Ichha Shakti. No, Nari ka roop jo hai, here we have seen the woman as a Shakti. No, the power. So that power is tying the Rakhi, that Rakhi on the wrist of a brother, saying that I am tying you this Raksha Kavacha. So this protection will be there with you. So I have that good wishes and my blessings with you. It will protect you also. No, so it's a both way. No, it is being looked upon both way. So Gurudev was giving us message that do not see the woman as kamzor, no, as weak. No, she is also represents the goddess. No, she also has that power within. No, she is the one who takes care of all things, even give a birth to the human beings. No? So she is very, very powerful. No? So she also can bless. She also can provide Raksha Kavacha. No? So that is the both aspects of this Raksha Bandhan. So with that note, let us begin with our Yog Vaashishtha session. So we are in Utpatti Prakaran, chapter number 3, creation of this entire universe, where Vaashishtha Muni is guiding Lord Rama how this entire universe is created. And the first thing that he perceive it to be real, but in reality is just an illusion. And then he explained the chronological order of this entire creation, how that nothingness comes and then it gets entangled into the outworldly attractions, and then that is how the chitta, the mind, gets formed, and that mind starts imagining all these things. Then it creates all the other tanmatras comes into picture, the illusion, that maya comes into picture, and then all the 5 elements comes into picture, and this entire srishti, the universe, comes into picture just in the mind, just in the imagination of that thing. So once that is been explained, now Rama asked me, kindly tell me what is the swarupa of that, what is that Atman, and then he one by one, step by step, explains all these details and get into finer and finer details, which we saw yesterday. Now he continues that this chida, this chit, not chitta, chit, and the chitta means the mind. No, this chit actually starts assuming all these things, and not just that it assumes all these bigger things, but he also assumed that very smallest tiny thing, no, called anu, called atom. No, he anurup, no, bola gaya na, he is pervaded, he is spread across, throughout the omnipresent, omnipotent. No, everywhere his presence is there. So as the same way he is present into that, Shiva comes into the form of Jiva Srishti, that Jiva at the level of Samashti, at the level of Akasha, and then also at the level of Bhutakasha. That is basically the Jiva at the level of all our being, all the beings, other beings. So it comes into that. So it also takes that Jivatma. So that smallest thing is called as Jivatma. And then how beautifully once this same Atman, the same consciousness, same Chaitanya, how it takes the form of different using the different tanmatra, how the Jnanendriya, those senses, all the 5 senses get formed. Then all the karmendriya, all the 5 karmendriya, all the karmas, what we do actions, all these 5 karmendriyas gets formed. So all these things are beautifully explained over here. And this just happens in the imagination. So all this, how our body, all these other earth element and all these other trees and all stones and the mountains and the rivers and all this gets formed. So it also explains those Pancha Mahabhutas. This space element is there, then air element is there, Agni, fire element is there, Jala, water element is there, and Prithvi, the earth element is there. So all these 5 elements comes into picture called Pancha Mahabhuta, and that is how this creation progresses. So the smaller than the smallest also has the same thing, and the bigger than the biggest also has the same thing. Now to explain this further, he says that, yes, I have told you, but it could be possible that you still may have some doubts in realizing this, understanding this, that how this actually happens. So that is where Vaashishtha Muni tells him one story. So today we will start with something called as Mandapakhyam. Mandapakhyam, which is a story. Mandapa means the hall, Mandapa. And Mandapa Akhyan. Akhyan means the elaborated story about it. So Mandapa Akhyan. So what is this Mandapa Akhyan is? It is a story of Padmraja, the king Padma, Leela Rani, the queen Leelavati, and there is also another thing, goddess Saraswati also comes into picture only. So it's a story between these people, the king, the queen, and the Saraswati. How this story goes? So they say that once upon a time there was a king called Padmraja, Padma, and he was very handsome. He was having all the Sarva Guna Sampanna. He was having all the virtues. He has acquired his kingdom. He was living happily. He was young and energetic. He was following all the religious activities, all the rituals properly. He was taking care of all the kingdom properly. So there is a lot of those virtues and qualities that he was carrying. So just like to support him, to compliment him, the queen Leelavati, She is also very good looking, very good natured, having all the virtues, following all the religious ritualistics, doing the punya karmas, good deeds in her life, taking care of her husband also so well. So it is being said that this couple is a very romantic couple, the perfect couple, made for each other kind of situation existed, and they were all this varnan is there. It's a completely descriptive, subjective explanation of that, how beautifully they were leading their life, successful romantic life they were leading with each other. So while leading this wonderful life, obviously the mind comes into picture for Leelavati, and she starts thinking, okay, fine, today I'm so happy, I'm leading this life, so happily with my husband. What is the guarantee that I will continue to do so? So your mind gets depressed when you don't have things, and it starts questioning even what you already have, whatever you good you are experiencing it, whether that will continue in the future or not. Look at the nature of the mind. So by thinking like this Leelavati starts getting worrying about it. What is if that it doesn't exist tomorrow? What is the guarantee that, oh, anyway we'll get old one fine day, even I'm going to die, even my husband is going to die. And once that happens, if my husband happens to go before me, how will I lead this life? All these questions starts bothering her. So she starts seeking the answers. She calls upon all the Gyanis, all the Pandits, all the qualified people, and then she starts seeking the solution from them. That look, I want to do like this. She properly honor and respect them, and humbly request them, kindly guide me on this. This is certain things is bothering me, and I'm looking for a solution for this. So when she asked that, okay, we want to be here, both of us forever. Now all the Pandits, all these Gyanis, wise people, they tell them that, look, by doing all this other yoga, pranayam, meditation, and all this, probably you can get some power, some siddhis. But if you are looking for an immortality, we are unable, we are not capable to give you a solution for that. That is something which is beyond our limits. We cannot guide you on that. So now, by listening to all these things, she starts seeking the answer. She starts searching the answer. Now let me find out my own answers for this. And she starts doing a tennis. तो tapascharya शुरुआत करते हैं. Leelavati. So she does that, okay, after 3 days of fasting, and then after that eating and giving all the donations and doing all the good things, doing all the rituals, following the rituals properly, taking care of her husband also, doing all her duties. After completion of all her duties, she does all these things in over and above of her responsibility. She does all these things, tapascharya, tap. So 100 such cycles continues, 400 days pass on, and then finally the goddess Saraswati, she's praying to the goddess Saraswati. So the goddess Saraswati becomes, she comes and then she appears in front of her. So there is a very beautiful description that has been given, how she comes there and all that. So once she comes here, Leelavati explains her situation. Look, oh mother, oh goddess, I'm in such a miserable state. Kindly take me out of this. Kindly guide me. This is what I want to achieve. So to achieve this, I am expecting two vardhana, two boons from you. And then she asks that first vardhana I want is, first boon I want is that if my husband dies before me, let him stay here. Let his soul be here with me alone in that mandapa, that hall. That his soul should not be able to go out of this mandapa, that hall, that room, that hall. And the second thing is that whenever I remember you, you kindly please come and continue to guide me. These are the two boons that she asked to the goddess Saraswati. Now with her tennis, with all the tapascharya that she has done, the goddess Saraswati is already pleased. She already promised that you ask, I will give you whatever you want. And she asked these two boons, so she says tathastu, with all my blessings, you will have these two boons. It is being bestowed on you. My blessings are there with you. So once after that, then all the things continues. The Leelavati continue to be with her husband, and all they continue to rule the kingdom, continue to enjoy the things, whatever they are doing, spending life with them. So likewise, the days, the months, and the years passes by, and one fine day, the king Padma happens to be no more. Now, looking at the situation, this Leela gets into completely devastated state because she has developed that so much of attachment with her husband. Such a beloved husband, such a nice man. She was very, very attached to her husband. So she starts getting depressed. She starts saying alone and all that. In with that thing, now she remembers the Saraswati. Now, as she has already given her boon, goddess Saraswati again appears over there. And then she consoles her. She tells her the knowledge that, look, I already given you this boon. So you do one thing, just to preserve the body of your husband. You go and keep that body at one nice place and then cover it with all the flowers so that the body will not get perished. And the soul also will not be able to go out of this mandapa, the hall. It will remain there. So body will also remain, the soul will also remain. It will not be able to go. And you can be with the company of your husband. So likewise, she does that. She does exactly the same thing. And then she said, tell me how to do. I want to be with him. Please guide me how to be with my husband. Now he is in different loka, is in different state of condition. I want to be with my husband. Kindly tell me how do I do that? No, because Leela is still in the Deha Rupa, so there in this Srishti, and the husband is now no more. Body is body there, but the soul is somewhere else. So then Saraswati again guides her how to do that. She teach her how to do that. And after listening to Goddess Saraswati, Leelavati goes ahead and exactly follow what Goddess Saraswati told her. She covers up, keep the body at one place, covers with all the flowers and everything is there. And now she sits for the meditation. So Nirvikalpa Samadhi is what she does. And as it was a guidance from Saraswati, immediately she gets into the state of the Samadhi. So as soon as she gets and enter into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, she enters into the space called Chida Akash. Now there are these three Akashas, these three spaces are explained here. The one which is Bhuta Akash. Bhuta Akash means the world, grassroots level, the one which is formed by this, the way we stay here, that's called the Bhuta Akash. Pancha Mahabhuta, Bhuta Akash. It has been explained that the sky and all these things that we see above is nothing but the Bhuta Akash. The next Akasha, the next space here explained is this called some Chitta Akash. Chitta Akash means it's the space at the level of your mind. Remember that story that nothingness takes the because of the illusion and wanting to go outside forms the Chaitya, that is Vishaya, and then the Chitta, that is mind. So that Chitta, that man, that mind, Chitta Akash, that Chitta Akash, it exists there. That point of time, all these things, other things are not there. Chitta at the level of thought, at the level of your mind. And then this Bhuta Akash and Chitta Akash are there. What resides, where it resides, is called as Chida Akash, the one which is there, that ultimate, Chida Akash. So Chida Akash can stand without Bhuta Akash and Chitta Akash, but both of them cannot exist without Chida Akash. Because if Chida Akash is not there, there is no existence of this. If even in Chitta Akash, if the Chitta happens to be dissolved into the Chida Akash, again this Srishti is disappears. It's not. It's just like a dream that you're dreaming something, and as soon as you wake up, your dream goes, and all the characters, all the scenery, all whatever you are imagining, it all disappears within no moment. Exactly similar way, once this in a Chitta Akash, it disappears and dissolves into the Chida Akash, this Srishti doesn't to be pralaya कहते हैं ना, it doesn't to within no matter of time it just disappear. Because anyway it's not reality, it's just a dream, it's just a kalpana of someone. So she goes, and now as the soul that leaves the body from Bhuta Akash, and it goes and resides into the Chida Akash, soul of Padmraja, King Padma. So now as she is into Nirvikalpa Samadhi, she leaves her body in a Sukshma, you know, Ativahik Sharir jisko bolte hain, the Sukshma way, she leaves her body and then she enters into the Chida Akash, that space, Chida Akash space. And that is where she goes, and that is where everybody is there, no? Everybody, all, not only your own Chitta, but everybody's Chitta Akash, everybody's presence is there in the Chida Akash only. So similarly, she goes and sees, now she gets a surprise there. What she observes in the Chida Akash, the King Padma happens to be a 16-year-old young king, and he is also having his own kingdom, and he is ruling all these other kings who are reporting to him. They are there in the court, and they are all explaining him things, giving the reports and news and etc., updating him. All these things are going on. Now as she is in this Ativahik Sharir, now Sukshma Deha jisko bolte hain, she enters into that Darbara, the court, but nobody is able to see her. She is able to see what's going on, but nobody can see her. So that was also, she goes and sees on all that. And to her surprise, it's not that she sees the king Padma, but she also sees everybody else around him. Now all the other ministers, all the same people she sees, plus few new additions also she sees. So now after seeing that, now she is really concerned and worried. Okay, she lost her husband. She thinks that, oh, is this world actually destroyed? You know, all the other ministers and all other relatives and all other people who used to be with me, are they also died? So considering that, immediately she comes back to her, she just become aware of a body and the surroundings, comes out of the meditation. And suddenly she goes and orders all the sevak, jo laborers वहाँ पे होते हैं, सैन्य होता है उनका, she orders that I want to immediately meet all my ministers and everybody, call up on a meeting. So in the night itself, they prepare all that, and then she happens to go into the court in the middle of the night, and when everybody comes, and then she just greet them, and then she feels happy, that she at least see, no, everybody is exist. Whatever I saw probably is something else, but now here everybody does exist. They are all here. At least she becomes happy. So all these things happen to Queen Leelavati. Now what is the effect of this? Why this story is being told? What is the significance of this story? That we will say. First of all, let us continue by translating this into Hindi. अभी हम लोग इसका अब जो हो रहा है, जो मंडपा आख्यान चल रहा है, और कैसे वशिष्ठ मुनि राजा राम को इस तरह से बताते हैं, उसके बारे में समझाते हैं किस तरह से यह पूरा सृष्टि का निर्माण हो रहा है, यह थोड़ा हिंदी में भी हम लोग अनुवाद देख लेते हैं, फिर हम लोग इसको क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर्स चर्चा सत्र के लिए हम लोग इसको खुला कर देंगे। तो देखते हैं कि वशिष्ठ मुनि उत्पत्ति प्रकरण में प्रभु रामचंद्र जी को क्या बताते हैं। तो वशिष्ठ मुनि बताते हैं कि देखो, पहले तो सबसे पहली बात, ये जो दृश्य जगत है, ये जो आपको दिखाई दे रहा है, यह दृश्य जगत तो सत्य नहीं है। इट इज नॉट रियल। इट अपीयर्स टू बी वेरी रियल, बट इन रियलिटी इट इज नॉट रियल। ये असत्य जग है। देन फिर प्रभु रामचंद्र जी भी उनको पूछते हैं कि फिर कृपया करके मुझे बताइए कि फिर जो सत्य आत्मा है उसका स्वरूप क्या होता है, उसको मैं अपने जीवन में कैसे अनुभव कर सकता हूँ। तो फिर वो उनको योगाभ्यास, निर्विकल्प समाधि और अलग अलग प्रकार की चीजें बताते हैं। वो जो आत्मा है उसका स्वरूप भी बताते हैं, सृष्टि की पूरी उत्पत्ति का क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर भी बताते हैं, किस तरह से पंच तन्मात्रा ना, तो शब्द तन्मात्रा, रस तन्मात्रा, रूप तन्मात्रा, गंध तन्मात्रा, ऑल दिस 5 तन्मात्रास विच आर सेड, वो सब पिक्चर में आते हैं। और उसमें फिर वो माया पिक्चर में आती है, इल्यूजन पिक्चर में आता है। किस तरह से चित्त जो मन होता है वो उसका भी कल्पना स्वरूप में ही निर्माण हो जाता है, और वही जो चित्त है वही फिर विषयों के साथ मिलके फिर जो निर्माण करता है, मनन करता है, विचार करता है, वही उसी को मन कहा गया है। और वही मन में फिर बाकी के सारे पांचों पंच महाभूत, पंच तंत्र, पंच तन्मात्रा के साथ मिलके इस पूरी सृष्टि का कैसे किस तरह से निर्माण हो जाता है, कल्पना में ही, इमेजिन में। इसलिए बोलते ये असत्य है, इसको पूरी तरह से ठीक से समझाते। देन बोलते हैं कि ठीक है, मैंने तो ये सारी चीजें आपको बता दी, लेकिन हो सकता है कि आपके मन में अभी भी कुछ डाउट हो इसके बारे में, तो मैं आपको इसको और डिटेल में समझाने के लिए आज मैं आपको एक कहानी सुनाता हूँ। तो फिर यही से मंडपा आख्यान शुरू होता है। मंडपा मीन्स द हॉल, आख्यान मीन्स उसकी जो स्टोरी है, आख्यान मीन्स उसका वर्णन, उसकी स्टोरी, उसकी कहानी। तो यहाँ पे फिर हम लोग पद्मराजा, रानी लीलावती और गॉडेस सरस्वती, इनकी कहानी हम लोग यहाँ पे देखते हैं। तो जो अपनी ऐसा बताते हैं कि वंस अपॉन अ टाइम, एक बार पद्म नाम का एक राजा था। सर्वगुण संपन्न ऐसा राजा था। बुद्धिमत्ता उनके पास थी, उनके पास संपत्ति थी, उनके पास शौर्य था, बड़े दानवीर से अपने सारे शास्त्रों का अनुसरण वो करते थे। इस तरह से पूरा पद्म राजा का महती यहाँ पे विनयशील थे, उसके बावजूद भी, इतना सब कुछ होने के बाद में भी विनयशील थे। तो ये सारे उनके सर्वगुण संपन्न गुणों का यहाँ पे वर्णन वशिष्ठ मुनि राजा के बारे में करते हैं, और बोलते हैं कि फिर ऐसा राजा हो तो उनकी पत्नी भी तो उनको साथ जैसी चाहिए कि नहीं, उनकी पत्नी भी उनके जैसी ही हो। तो यहाँ पे फिर रानी लीलावती की भी यहाँ पे बात करते हैं। वशिष्ठ मुनि बताते हैं कि रानी लीलावती उनकी पत्नी थी, और वह भी बिल्कुल अप्सरा के भांति, जैसे कामदेव की पत्नी रति होती है, उनके ही भांति पूर्ण सर्वगुण संपन्न, सर्व सौंदर्य से प्राप्त उनकी रानी भी थी। तो दोनों के दोनों राजा पद्म और जो रानी लीलावती थी, वह अपने पूरे सुखी वैवाहिक जीवन का आनंद ले रहे थे। तो पूरा यहाँ पे बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से जो लिटरेचर होता है, बहुत अच्छा वर्णन यहाँ पे डिस्क्रिप्टिव फॉर्मेट में यहाँ पे किया गया है, जरूर पढ़ने लायक है। तो इसीलिए हम लोग अक्सर बोलते हैं कि जरूर जरूर आप योग वाशिष्ठ को पढ़े जरूर। इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट आप खुद पढ़े, बिकॉज आप खुद पढ़ते हैं तो उसमें कोई और एस्पेक्ट्स आपको अपने ही अंदर नजर आते हैं। तो वो भी एक वर्थ है, प्रोसेस है कि आप जरूर इसको पढ़ें। तो उनका बहुत अच्छा सुंदर ऐसा वर्णन किया जाता है, इस तरह से दोनों अपने अपने जीवन में सुखी जीवन का अनुभव करते हुए हाउ दे आर स्पेंडिंग देयर लाइफ, किस तरह से अपना सुखी जीवन वो बिताते रहते हैं। लेकिन कहता है अपना मन जो रहता है कुछ नहीं होता है, उसके पीछे भागता रहता है, कुछ होता है तो कहता है कि क्या यह टिका रहेगा, मेरे लिए बना रहेगा। इस तरह से यह मन की अपनी अवस्था होती है। तो रानी जो लीलावती होती है, उनके मन की भी अवस्था ऐसी ही हो जाती है कि आज तो मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, लेकिन क्या यह मेरे मन की अवस्था इसी तरह से बनी रहेगी? कि जैसे एक एक दिन बीतता जा रहा है, वैसे ही हम लोग मृत्यु के करीब जा रहे हैं। यदि ऐसा हो गया, पहले मेरी हस्बैंड का डेथ हो गया, मेरी पति का मृत्यु हो गया, तो फिर मैं कैसे रह पाऊंगी, कैसे मैं उनके बिना जी पाऊंगी? इस तरह के प्रश्न उनके मन में उठते हैं। तो अभी उनको इसका सॉल्यूशन चाहिए होता है, तो बड़े बड़े पंडित, ब्राह्मण, सबको, विद्वान लोगों को वह बड़े आदर और सत्कार सम्मान के साथ बुलाती है, उनका आदर सत्कार करती है, और उनके सामने अपने मन की स्थिति रखती है, और बोलते सारे हे विद्वानों, पंडितों, कृपया मेरा मार्गदर्शन करें, कैसे मैं अपने पति के साथ हमेशा के लिए रह सकती हूँ। तो सब लोग तो बताते, देखिए आप थोड़ा सा योगाभ्यास वगैरह, योगा, प्राणायाम, मेडिटेशन, अलग अलग प्रकार के आपने जो ये होते हैं वो करके आप थोड़ी सिद्धि प्राप्त कर सकते हो, पावर प्राप्त कर सकते हो। लेकिन यदि आपको अमृतत्व प्राप्त करना है तो वो हमारे बस की बात नहीं है। हम लोग आपको अमृतत्व नहीं दे सकते। इस तरह से सब लोग शांत हो जाते हैं। रानी लीलावती बड़ी दुखी हो जाती है, अरे मैं अभी क्या करूं, लेकिन मुझे तो जो साध्य करना है मैं तो वो साध्य करके ही रहूंगी। इस तरह से वो अपना तपश्चर्या शुरू करती है। जो अपनी गॉडेस सरस्वती होती है, सरस्वती देवी की वह यथा इच्छा से पूजा करती है, रोज उनका स्मरण करती है, 3 दिन का उपवास करके चौथे दिन खाना खाना, उसके बाद में पुण्य कर्म करना, दान कर्म करना, शास्त्रों के अनुसार अपना सब जो विधिवत से कार्य करना। इसके साथ साथ अपने पति का भी ख्याल रखना, उनसे तो प्रेम करते ही है तो उनका ख्याल रखना, अपनी बाकी की सारी जिम्मेदारियां निभाते हुए यह व्रत वो करते ताकि इवन राजा को कोई दिक्कत ना आए कि यह व्रत कर रही है तो उनको दिक्कत आ गई, इस तरह का भी उनका व्यवहार नहीं होता है। बड़ी शालीनता के साथ वह पतिव्रता धर्म का भी पालन करते हुए वह इस व्रत को करती रहती है। तो ऐसे उसके 100 आवर्तन हो जाते हैं, 400 दिन उसमें निकल जाते हैं। तो जो अपने सरस्वती देवी होती है उनके ऊपर प्रसन्न होके वहां पे वह प्रकट हो जाती है। तो जैसे ही सरस्वती उनके सामने प्रकट होती है, सरस्वती देवी की पूरा मनोभाव से रानी लीलावती वहां पे उनका प्रेज करती है, उनके सामने प्रार्थना करती है, उनका गुणगान गाती है, कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करती है। और फिर सरस्वती बोलती है कि रानी लीलावती मैं आपसे प्रसन्न हूँ, कृपया आप मुझे वरदान मांगिए, मैं आपको वो वरदान जरूर जरूर दूंगी। तो यहाँ पे 2 वरदान मांगते हुए रानी लीलावती दिखाई देती है कि पहला वरदान मांगती है कि जो यदि मेरी पति का मृत्यु हो जाए तो उनका आत्मा जो सोल है वो यहाँ से, जो मंडप बोला गया है, जो हॉल है, जो रूम है, वहां से वो जाना पाए, वो यहीं पे रहे। और दूसरा वरदान मांगते कि यदि कभी भी मेरे मन में मैं आपको स्मरण करूं तो कृपया आप आके मुझे मार्गदर्शन अवश्य कीजिएगा। तो इस तरह से 2 वरदान मांगते हैं। तो सरस्वती तो उनके ऊपर प्रसन्न होती है, तो तथास्तु करके उनको वर देती है। तो इस तरह से दोनों वरदान होते हैं और बोलते हैं कि उसके बाद में सरस्वती अंतर ध्यान हो जाती है, माने शी डिसअपियर, वहां से वो अंतर ध्यान हो जाती है। तो फिर जो रानी लीलावती होती है वो अपने पति के साथ इस तरह से अपना भावी आयुष्य बिताते रहती है। दिन गुजरते हैं, महीने गुजरते हैं, सालों गुजर जाते हैं, और फिर एक दिन ऐसा आता है कि उनके पति की मृत्यु हो जाती है, उनके पति उनको छोड़ के चले जाते हैं। अभी वह बड़ी दुखी हो जाती है, बड़ी डिप्रेस हो जाती है कि अभी क्या करूं, कैसे करूं। ऐसा सोचते सोचते सरस्वती का वो स्मरण करती है, तो सरस्वती वहां पे आ जाती है। तो कहती है कि देखो ये आप अभी करो कि अपना जो एक पुष्प का एक बिछाना बनाओ, उसके ऊपर अपने पति को लुटा दो, उनके ऊपर सारा ऊपर से भी पुष्प का पूरा इस तरह से उनको पुष्पों से ढक दो ताकि उनकी शरीर भी बना रहे, और उनका जो आत्मा है वो इस मंडप के बाहर वैसे भी जा नहीं पाएगा क्योंकि मैंने तुम्हें वरदान दिया है, तो वो आपके पति आपके पास ही रहेंगे, इस तरह से। तो फिर वो उनकी बातें सुनकर उसी तरह से उसको फॉलो करती है। और फिर वहां पे सरस्वती को और भी एक बात पूछती है कि कैसे मैं इनसे भी मिलूं, मेरा तो अभी मैं शरीर में हूँ, सदेह में हूँ, लेकिन वो तो विदेही बन चुके हैं, वो तो कोई और लोक में ही पहुंच गए जिसके बारे में मैं जानती नहीं, फिर मैं उनसे मिलूं कैसे, कैसे मैं उनके पास जा सकती हूँ। तो यहाँ पे सरस्वती, गॉडेस सरस्वती उनको सिखाती है कि किस तरह से आप ध्यान के जरिए न इस देह से परे आप हो सकते हो, उस तरह का नहीं। लेकिन वो सरस्वती का ही संकल्प रहता है, उनका ही वरदान रहता है, तो बहुत जल्दी यह टेक्निक रानी लीलावती सीख लेती है। और फिर वो सब यथासांग जो उन्होंने जो प्रक्रिया बताई होती है वैसा प्रक्रिया पूर्ण करके, ताकि शरीर भी वहां पे बना रहे, वो वहां पे बैठ के निर्विकल्प समाधि में लीन हो जाती है। जैसे ही वह निर्विकल्प समाधि में लीन होती है तो उसी वक्त वो अपने देह से निकल के सूक्ष्म अतिवाहिक सूक्ष्म देह रूपी उनका जो देह रहता है वो भ्रमण करता है। तो अपने शरीर को छोड़ के वो भ्रमण करने लग जाता है। तो यहाँ पे कहा गया है कि 3 प्रकार के आकाश यहाँ पे बताए गए, भूताकाश बताया गया, चित्ता आकाश बताया गया और अपना चिदा आकाश यहाँ पे बताया गया। तो जो भूताकाश होता है, मैंने जो हम लोग यहाँ पे देखते हैं सारा सृष्टि में जो आकाश दिखता है, इसको भूता आकाश कहा गया। देन इसके बाद में जो मनोमय आकाश होता है, जो चित्ता में जो आकाश होता है, उसको चित्ताकाश कहते हैं ना। वो सृष्टि के उत्पन्ना में कैसे जो अपना जो नथिंगनेस होता है, वह विषयों में आकर कुछ तो इमेजिन कल्पना कर लेता है, फिर चैत्य माने विषयों को स्फुरण हो जाता है, और कैसे मन का वहां पे आविष्कार हो जाता है मन ही मन में। तो मन में फिर ये सारी बातें आती है, तो वही जो आकाश, वही जो स्पेस, उसको बोलते हैं चित्ताकाश। एंड देन वो जो भूता आकाश होता है और चित्ताकाश है, वो जहाँ पे स्थित होता है उसको बोलते हैं चिदाकाश। चित आकाश ना, चिदानंद, सच्चिदानंद, वहां पे जो स्पेस होती है, उस आकाश चिदा। तो बोलते चिदाकाश तो भूताकाश और चित्ताकाश के बिना रह सकता है ऑब्वियसली, लेकिन भूताकाश और चित्ताकाश का, चिदा आकाश के बिना कोई अस्तित्व संभव ही नहीं है। जैसे ही अपना चित्ताकाश जो होता है वह चिदाकाश में विलीन हो जाता है, यह सृष्टि का अपने आप लय हो जाता है। बिकॉज वैसे भी सृष्टि तो वह चित्ताकाश से ही जनरेट हुई है ना, वहीं से उसका उत्पत्ति हुई है, तो वो उसका एग्जिस्टेंस सील करता है। इसका प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम्पल के रूप में हम लोग इस ज्ञान को कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं, तो जैसे ही हम लोग देखते हैं ना, बोलते हैं अमन। अमन माने मन जहाँ पे नहीं है, तब अमन को क्या होता है, बोलते हैं शांति है। तो ये हम लोग जब ध्यान करते हैं, सुदर्शन क्रिया करते हैं, अलग अलग प्रकार के ध्यान हमें गुरुदेव कराते हैं, एंड देन फिर वो हम लोग सारे कोशाओं को पार करते करते, इवन जो मनोमय कोशा है उसको भी छोड़ के, विज्ञानमय कोशा है उसको भी छोड़ के, अन्नमय कोशा, प्राणमय कोशा, मनोमय कोशा, विज्ञानमय कोशा, सारे कोशाओं को छोड़ते हुए, स्वीकार करते हुए आनंदमय कोशा में पहुंच चुके, तो वही अनुभव हम लोग भी निर्विकल्प समाधि का अनुभव यहाँ पे अपने जीवन में करते हैं। तो बोलते ये चिदाकाश क्या है, तो बोलते जो दो थॉट होते हैं अपने, जो चित्ताकाश होता है, और चित्ताकाश में क्या चलते हैं, विचार चलते रहते, तो दोनों विचारों के अंदर जो एक निर्विकल्प एक स्पेस होता है, नथिंगनेस नो, वही चिदाकाश होता है। और यही चिदाकाश का अनुभव भी हम लोग ध्यान में अपने करते हैं, निर्विकल्प समाधि में हम लोग करते हैं, तो उसी का अनुभव, तो यही रानी लीलावती के साथ भी होता है। वो अपना निर्विकल्प समाधि लगाती है, और वो अपना समाधि में वो फिर अपना सूक्ष्म शरीर जो है, अतिवाहिक शरीर से अपने है स्थूल शरीर को छोड़ के भ्रमण करने लगती है, और चिदाकाश में पहुंचती है नो। तो जैसे अपना ब्रह्मांड वही चिदाकाश में, चित्ताकाश में है, वैसे ही जो सोल जो निकलता है, जो होता है, उसका भी एक अपना चिदाकाश में वो अपना भी एक खुद का ब्रह्मांड क्रिएट कर लेता है। तो जो अपनी रानी लीलावती चिदाकाश में भ्रमण करती है और अपने पति के तलाश में इधर उधर घूमती है, तो उनके सरप्राइज हो जाती है, शी गेट्स शॉक नो, आश्चर्यचकित हो जाती है। वो क्या देखती है कि वहां पे एक राजा है, पद्मराजा, वही 16 साल के यंग पद्मराजा वहां पे उनको दिखाई देते हैं। वो अपने दरबार में सिंहासन पे बैठे हुए हैं, उनके सामने वो सारे उनके मांडलिक राजा है, वो उनको वृत्त बता रहे, सारा निवेदन कर रहे हैं। कोई उनको ये कहानी बताए, कोई उनको वो अपडेट दे रहा है। और फिर इस प्रकार का दृश्य देख के जब रानी लीलावती अतिवाहिक स्वरूप में रहती है, तो दरबार में प्रवेश करती है। किसी को दिखाई तो नहीं देती, लेकिन वो सबको देख पाती है। तो उन्हें और आश्चर्य होता है कि वहां पे राजा को तो देखती है, लेकिन 16 साल के राजा को तो देखती है, लेकिन वहां पे जो अभी के जो उनके सारे मंत्रीगण रहते हैं, जो सेवक गण रहते, वो भी उनको वहां पे दिखाई देते, और उसके साथ साथ कोई नई चीज भी उनको वहां पे दिखाई देती है। तो इसकी वजह से वह आश्चर्यचकित हो जाती है कि अरे ये कैसे हो गया। उनके मन में कुछ क्षणों के लिए यह ख्याल आ जाता है, अरे क्या सृष्टि का नाश हो गया है, क्या यह जो सृष्टि थी वो खत्म हो गई है, कैसे जो लोग थे मेरे साथ थे, वो क्या उनकी भी सबकी मृत्यु हो गई है, वो लोग तो यहाँ पे आए नहीं गए। यह चिंता को छोड़िए, वो शी कम्स बैक टू हर बॉडी, वो अपने निर्विकल्प समाधि से अवेयरनेस के साथ वह अपने देह रूप में प्रवेश करके फिर से उस अन्नमय कोशा, प्राणमय कोशा में आ जाते हैं। सराउंडिंग के साथ अवेयरनेस होते होते इस आंखों को खोल देती है, जैसे हम लोग ध्यान में भी गुरुदेव हमें कराते हैं। We become aware, slowly come back, we become aware of this surroundings, our body, and then we open our eyes. No, same thing happens to Leelavati also. Now she is already worried that have she lost all the people, क्या उन्होंने खो दिया क्या अपने सारे दरबारियों को, अपने सारे आजू बाजू के लोगों को। तो इमीडिएटली जो वहां पे देखते देखते कुछ सेवक पर बोलते जाओ आप सभी को, इमीडिएटली मुझे अभी एक दरबार लेना है, मीटिंग लेनी है, आप सभी को दरबार में बुलाओ। तो मध्य रात्र में सब लोग इसको प्रिपेयर करते हैं और मध्य रात्र में जाके वह सिंहासन के बाजू में, जो सुवर्ण का एक और सिंहासन होता है उसके साइड में जाके बैठ जाती है सुवर्ण सिंहासन पे, और वहां से फिर वो सारे मंत्री गणों को देखते उनकी जान में जान आती है। शी फील्स बेटर एटलीस्ट, नहीं नहीं ये तो सब लोग तो यहाँ पे है। तो उनका थोड़ा उनको अच्छा लगता है कि नहीं नहीं इनकी सबकी मृत्यु नहीं हुई। लेकिन ऐसा देखने के बाद उनके मन में फिर वो शंका प्रश्न उत्पन्न होते कि कैसे क्या, हाउ कम, how is that is possible that all these people are sitting over here and I saw the same people in when I visited the Chidakash. I saw the Padmraja 16-year-old young Padmraja and all these same people, how come they accompanied with him there, how come they existed? I saw the new things also, but how come these old things were present over there? किस तरह से यह संभव है कि जो यहाँ पे मैं अपने मंत्री गणों को अभी आज देख रही हूँ, जब मैंने अपने निर्विकल्प समाधि के साथ चिदाकाश में प्रवेश किया और जो दरबार में मैंने वहां पे दृश्य देखा, ये लोग वहां पे कैसे थे? इस प्रकार के प्रश्न रानी लीलावती के मन में अभी गूंजने लगते हैं। तो इस स्टोरी का सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है? व्हाट इज द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ दिस स्टोरी? हमें यह कहानी क्या बतला रही है या बताने का प्रयास कर रही है? इसके बारे में हम लोग चर्चा करते हैं और देखते हैं कि यह स्टोरी से हमें क्या सीखने को मिलता है, एंड देन विल कंटिन्यू टू डिस्कस फर्दर। यदि आपके मन में कुछ प्रश्न है तो जरूर आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट करके उसको बयान कर सकते हैं। आई एम ओपनिंग द सेशन हियर फॉर द क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर, एंड देन वी कैन discuss about it. Over to you all. Yes, Usha ji, would you like to say something?
Yes, even though you probably have already gone over these points, and you know, I'm sure you probably have, but I just wanted to say that for me, my thinking is, of course, limited to my human mind. So I think of time and place in a limited way. Just like this story is how can you be in how can one be in two places at one time? But it's teaching me, this story teaches me that my mind is limited and that ultimate possibilities do exist for different planes of existence, and that time is not necessarily linear. It's, maybe, I mean, humans, I've put this on time. We've made time linear, past, present, and future, but who knows what the possibility is? And I realized this the other day when I was thinking, gee, if I'm going to be reincarnated, what would I like to be? I don't know. In the future, what would I? And then I thought, wait a minute, maybe if I'm reincarnated, it might just as well be somebody in the past, because there's more potential here for time. I've made it into a linear thing. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it goes around and around. So, anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Very beautifully put up by Usha ji. Thank you so much, Usha ji, for that beautiful insights. No, so that opens up the possibilities of many possibilities. No? So even when we saw that science documentary, the scientists were also talking that quantum physics, quantum mechanics, it's the possibility of endless possibilities. So amazing. This story probably somewhere could be related to whatever the scientists are discovering. But let's continue. This very interesting thing. There are no answers like black and white here. Yes, there is some gray space in between, and we need to be open for that gray space also. Thank you so much, Usha ji. किसी के मन में कुछ प्रश्न है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. क्या क्या सोचा आपने इस कहानी के बारे में? व्यक्त होना है तो भी कर सकते हैं. संगीता जी, would you like to continue?
Yeah, if any question is there, it's good, no? We can answer it according to that, isn't it? Otherwise, we will just have a...
Let the question comes. But this is interesting.
Yeah.
This story itself is a question.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Neelu ji is there. Yes, Neelu ji, please.
Yeah, you can continue. We'll take one by one, Sangeeta ji. Would you like?
Yeah. Let Neelu ji come up with a question. It's okay.
No, I just an observation. Maybe I'm not in my limited view that she had Leelavati had already experienced the Chidakash. She went in that subtle form. Then why, when she came back into the gross, into the Bhutakash, she still believed that that was the real thing? When she came back to see if the people were alive and if they were there, she still felt that that was real. After having experienced and the explanation, I mean, the goddess Saraswati gave her that explanation. So I'm a little confused about that. I mean, she should have, shouldn't she, after having experienced it, come back to understanding it? I don't know.
What we can say from here, Niluji, this story of Atma Jnana is being told by Vaashishtha Muni to Lord Rama. Saraswati did not tell her any Atma Jnana. Saraswati only gave what she asked for. So Leelavati is still Ajnani. She is not enlightened yet. She just got few powers to meditate and get into the Chidakash. Whatever she asked for, only thing that she is not yet understood this knowledge that this is not real. That knowledge was not given to her. So that is the reason she thinks that this is real and that is something else. In the reality, both are unreal. That Chida, that's existence of Padmraja in that other state is also unreal. And what she's living now is also unreal, but she's not aware about it. So all that she has been taught, she has been given this two boon, that your husband will not go, one thing. And then whenever you आप जब इसके बारे में करेंगे, think करेंगे, तो then that point of time you will be able to get into Chidakash and see. That's all she knows. She doesn't know real, unreal. That knowledge is not there with her. So when she actually goes and see, she gets shocked. No? How come? Forget about that. Now we are reading this and think, if it happens to us, suddenly if you go now, you are listening to me and suddenly you see yourself somewhere else, or you see your husband somewhere else sitting with someone else, how will you feel about it? That is exactly what is happening with her. She is surprised. And at the same time, she's worried about other people also. It's not that she just saw her own husband, but she saw all other mantris also were there in that space. So that is something which is a question mark, right? It's the question mark. So definitely it's a question mark, and we can discuss what can it be, what it signifies, why this story is being told like this. No? So that point of time, for her, this world is a real world, and that is something she is entering into something else, and then she comes back. So that is what is being said here. Yeah. What else? और क्या कहना चाहते हैं आप लोग? अनम्यूट का ऑप्शन आपके पास है. डोंट वेट फॉर कॉलिंग आउट नेम. जिनको बोलना है वो अनम्यूट कर ले और वो बात कर सकते हैं. बट है तो बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है. And there are many unanswered questions also do exist. So it's over to you. If you want to discuss, we can discuss it. यदि आप चाहते हो इसके. हाँ उषा जी बोलिए.
Yes, I sort of have a very picky question, but Leela requested to Saraswati that the soul, the jiva of her husband, remain in the hall of the palace. So when Leela goes away to another realm, her husband is there as a 16-year-old. How does his soul get released from the hall?
Very nice. it is not said, it is kept secret whether the soul which is there in the hall and what she sees are the same. Nowhere it is mentioned. It could be different person itself, or it could be just an imagination of the soul. That king Padmraja, he is dreaming about it. That okay, my next life is like this, and he started this the moment he as a last thought. See, Rani Leelavati has his own expectations about the things to be, but does this king also have the same expectation? We don't know. Whatever his last thought at the time of death, his next birth already started for him. Yeah.
So anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Quantum physics, quantum mechanics says yes, it is possible. How it is possible, they don't tell the answer. But at least right now, at least from a Yog Vaashishtha perspective, we all know that he is just dreaming about it. So we have made it very clear so that at least it fits into the logic. Logically, it is very clear that he is dead, and now he has started imagining living his next life. Where? Again in the dream. Again in the dream. Even the existence of me, you, King, Padma, and Leelavati, it is all again someone else's dream. That Chidakash, that the one which is we do not know what that is. He is dreaming all these things. In that dream, we exist, and now we are dreaming about something else. Anyway, it's a dream. So logically, it fits. In reality, what we think as a reality, how does it apply? There is no answer for that. Okay. As this is a charcha, as this is a discussion, it's not just that Ushaji will ask and I am alone needs to answer it or comment on it. You all are welcome to comment on it. आप अपने आप को unmute करके you can comment on what Ushaji has said. Yes, Sachin ji. Sanjay ji, yes.
एक खूबसूरत विषय, एक खूप सुंदर विषय, एक सुंदर आयुष्य जगता येते आणि त्या सुंदर आयुष्यामध्येच ते स्वप्न तिला असं वाटतं की हे आयुष्य आता तर कंटिन्यू राहणार नाही, हा सहवास हे आयुष्य सतत राहणार नाही, आणि तिथून तिच्या विचारांना सुरुवात झाली. त्यासाठी काय करायला लागेल? मग तिने ते तपश्चर्य करून त्यामध्ये ते वरदान सरस्वतीकडून मिळवलं. म्हणजे काय ऍक्च्युअल भूत आकाश म्हणजे राहण्या भूत आकाशात होतं. चित्तामध्ये विषय आला आणि त्या चित्त आकाशामध्ये ती रममाण झाली आणि त्यात तिचा प्रश्न पडले, माझं आयुष्य पुढचं कसं जाईल, याच्याशिवाय मी कसं राहणार, राजाशिवाय मी कसं राहणार, कारण हे सुंदर सुखाचं जे आयुष्य दिसतंय हे टिकून राहणार नाहीये. मग त्यासाठी काय करायचं? मग ते चित्तामध्ये जे विचार आले ते तिने फॉलो केले, त्यासाठी तप केलं आणि सरस्वती प्रसन्न झाली. म्हणजे भूत आकाश, त्यानंतर चित्त आकाश, आणि त्यामध्ये निर्विचार अवस्था जी असेल त्याला चिद आकाश म्हटलं गेलं. किती सुंदर विषय ना. परत चिद आकाश कधी मिळतं? चित्तामध्ये विचार येतात आणि त्या विचारात एका विचारातून दुसऱ्या विचारात ट्रान्सफॉर्म होताना जो मधला कालावधी मिळतो तो म्हणजे चिद आकाश. ह्या काय म्हणतात ना, हे दोन्ही आकाश चिद आकाशामध्ये अस्तित्वात आहे. चिद आकाश म्हणजे काय? विचाराविना असलेलं आयुष्य. तिथं विकार नाही, विचार नाही, आणि सगळ्याच्या पलीकडे जाऊन जे मिळतं, अनुभवायला मिळतं, ते चिद आकाश. आणि त्या आकाशामध्ये परत ती स्वप्न बघते त्यामध्येच परत की पुढचं आयुष्य, राजाचा मृत्यू झाल्यानंतर पुढचं आयुष्य परत मिळालं तिला, आणि ते तारुण्याचं आयुष्य ती परत ते स्वप्नात नवीन तिने एक अवकाश तयार केला म्हणायला लागेल. तिच्या आयुष्यामध्ये विचाराच्या मधून एक नवीन आयुष्य उभं केलं. त्यामध्ये तो राजा, परत तो तरुण राजा, आणि ती सुद्धा तरुण आली. म्हणजे परत त्या आकाशामध्ये तिच्याच आयुष्यामध्ये, तिच्याच विचारामध्ये एक नव्या आयुष्याची, नव्या ब्रह्माची निर्मिती झाली. किती सुंदर आहे ना. एक पहिलेच स्वप्न आहे, त्या स्वप्नामधून तिला अपेक्षा त्या स्वप्नाला टिकून राहण्यासाठीच तिचं जे काय म्हणता येईल ना आपण, जे आयुष्य क्षणभंगूर आहे, जे संपणारच आहे, त्याविषयीच तिला अभिलाषा तयार झाली आणि ते टिकून ठेवण्यासाठीचा तिचा प्रयत्न आहे परत तो. म्हणजे ते सत्य नाहीच, असत्यामध्ये परत ती असत्य बघते. किती वेगळं आहे ना. आयुष्य हेच नश्वर किंवा क्षणभंगूर मानतात, असत्य मानतात, आणि ते असत्य परत त्या स्वप्न असत्यामध्ये असत्य उतरते आणि ते टिकूनसाठी तप आलं. त्यानंतर हे काय म्हणतात ना, हा एक अनंताचा प्रवासाने त्यामध्ये परत त्यात अनंतात आनंद अशी चित्त तयार करून पुढे पुढे जाणं, काय सुंदर विषय आहे. म्हणजे आपल्या ज्या शक्यता आयुष्याच्या बाबतीत निर्माण होत आहेत, मॅक्झिमम जे पण स्वप्न येतं किंवा जे जे अपेक्षा तयार झाल्या, त्यामध्ये आपणच आपल्या विचारांचं एक नवं विश्व तयार करत त्यामध्ये स्वतःला इन्व्हॉल्व्ह करत पुढे पुढे जातोय. किती सुंदर आहे ना. बस
Yes,
एवढं.
yes. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sanjay ji. Yeah. Anyone wants to answer, Usha ji? She asked some question and I made some comment. Is there any other viewpoint that you want to express about it? Like how come that Padmaraja existed there also, but uska soul, but that his soul was there, supposed to be there in the Mandapa hall according to a boon. Then how come that soul goes there and this? That was the question that was asked. So I explained that it is need not be the same. So it could be something else also. So are there any another viewpoint on this? Sachinji, would you like to say something about it?
I think you have explained it very well. Just want to add, this, time and space, these concepts are all a creation of mind. Because we have a continuous experience, we consider this that there something a chronological order of events, and that's why the time concept is there. Okay, and and we see this in a space. That's why we see this world as real. Okay, so if we consider same world and compare it with the dreams, in dreams you see lots of things happening in say very little time. Okay, in just half an hour of sleep you see so many things happening. Okay, in that space, in that dream, you won't have that time or space concept. Okay, in within a short period of time you see multiple of things. Okay, so even though the physical time is there, but in a dream you see so many things in short span of time. Okay, and there will not be any birth or something or this. All everything will be grown up and all so many things happened in the dreams, right? Similarly, when a person dies, what he assumes at that time of death, okay, that will have immediate effect of creation. Okay, it won't take much time for that. Okay, so but for that you should have a very what you say pious mind, or you can say punya, means you should have some amount of good deeds you must have done. Then only this sankalpa or the desires will in a fraction of time it will come into action. Because some persons who have a mediocre person or who has done lots of sins or something, this won't happen in him. It will take some time to materialize that. But if a person is a saint or a pious person or this thing, his dreams will come eventually on a faster pace. He will assume and will experience those in a very short period of time. So if you consider this with your dream, in dream, there is no time space concept. You can see lots of things happening. Similarly, the Padmaraja, his own dreams is materialized for himself. Okay. And as his world consider was with his own ministers, his own wife and these things, he assumed the same thing in his dreams, in the next dreams. That's why you see the same Leela, same ministers and these things. Because he has not experienced other guys, he has not met some different persons. He will assume his own world, limited world, whatever the persons he knows. Okay. So each person can dream like that. Okay. So unless and until that dream stops, you won't be able to know who you are. So in that dream also, when he continues with his own life, and he will assume that he died in that dream also. Okay. And at that time, if he has desires, he will see another dream. So that if you allow that chronology with your present life, so this life can also be a dream. right? So that is the depth in which Yog Vaashishtha goes. So it says that you need to see it from a point of view that time and space are created by our mind, okay? But in real, in dream, uh, this may not be possible. This never exists, okay? Because we are considering this as a long chronological events, we consider this as a time on and this world as real. So it's just a different perspective. That's what Yoga Vaashishtha gives. Thanks.
Amazing, amazing, Sachin. That's really wonderful, beautiful insight by Sachinji. See, that is what knowledge speaks, no? His maturity and his knowledge. So see this. Now let us look at it from a perspective of science. Hmm? So see, science talks about parallel universe. No, there is these things are going on in they speak about there is not one universe. No, universe, uni we say. Okay, universe, uni means only one. It has to be only one. But then say that there are multiple such universes could be possible, and they call that as a concept of multiverses. Hmm? So this multiverses, no, we saw this Bhutakash, this Chittakash, this Chidakash, multiple universes. So the same being or a similar being, we can at least say, if not same, can exist who is just like you, appears like just like you, having all your exactly same like quality, can exist in the parallel. No, my 10.5-year-old son, you just sit with him sometimes and talk on this subject, and he will talk about the parallel universe. No, so he'll say, look, I'm sitting here, I'm studying with you, Dada. I'm sitting with you, we are both are studying. It could be possible that there is an in this, he does like this. Here itself, there is a parallel universe, and it is possible that there is another Soham, and who will go, he might be playing a cricket over there. He talks about all these things. Huh? He says that. He says that this is the wall, and now I'm thinking, I want to penetrate to this wall. How? I'm thinking about it. How will I go through this wall? No, such possibilities, such which appears to be so impossible, because we have been understood this with the laws of physics and all the chemistries and all this other scientific science. It appears to us very, very difficult. But then now science itself have progressed. They have understood that this is not just a solid thing, but if you go to the details of that, it is just a fluid. So if it is just a fluid, you can easily penetrate through and you can go through it. And even in that string theory also, they say that in between these strings, there is nothing, and that is nothingness. There is so much of space over there. So that is very beautifully understood, analyzed, discovered, and these theories are proposed in the form of other scientific developments also. So very beautifully. So all these possibilities, what, yeah, Sachinji?
Yeah, I just want to correlate with the scientific explanation, where it says now it is scientifically proven that black hole also attracts light and it won't gets reflected. So, and if you are in black hole, there will not be your age will not increase. You will remain as it is. Okay, this has been proved. And also the physics laws, like laws of our Newton's laws or laws of relativity, all these things, these are specific to some conditions and to specific to some environment. So if we go to some different planets or something different, their laws will be different. So if we see the laws, these are particular to some kind of environment or some kind of conditions. It won't be universal to all the conditions. So that's why means we don't know what we don't know. There are so much things we don't know. So there is very much possibility that some black holes might be there where age is not there. Age will remain, means it will not increase because their time concept is different than what ours is. So
Very nice, Sachin. Yeah, really, really beautiful. One more dimension to this, Sachin and Ushaji. Yeah, Ushaji wants to say something. Ushaji, please go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to take so much time, but I just wanted to say that they it is strange as it sounds. They have done scientific experiments about quantum entanglement. They actually they take two objects, put them thousands of miles away. I'm not sure how it works, but they would be on a subatomic level. But they have found that one object clearly influences another. I mean, it sounds very, very bizarre, but if you went to the scientific books or looked up today, you would find that is a credible experiment that they are doing now. It's amazing to think that one object, one subatomic particle, can influence something thousands of miles away. So it just, again, as Sachin has so beautifully said, anything is possible. It's just incredible. We don't know anything. We don't know so much.
Absolutely, Ushaji, and absolutely agree with your viewpoint and what Sachin you expressed. Now, all these things, how do we apply in a practical life? Now, we tend to take some goals, little bit of small kamnae, completion of your engineering, completion of your doctorate, achieving some promotion here and there, setting up your own business. Small goals we set up, in our life. They are absolutely possible if you this story of Leelavati attaining that state and taking a boon from Saraswati, goddess Saraswati, doing that tapashcharya. What is this story is telling us is all these things, if you do your things properly, if you do your purushart properly, if you do your tapashcharya karna padega, it doesn't just like that come. It will take this 4 years for you to complete your engineering. You got to do that, and if you are able to do that, then the results also will be like that. You will be able to get those results. The another aspect or takeaway from this for us could be that this is all possibilities. We tend to think only what we know is something possible, but there are actually endless possibilities. We need to be really open up. So if you happen to sit in a meeting in a corporate world and someone is expressing an opinion, suddenly you tend to reject it. At least listen, give it a year. It could be possible that is his opinion, real, not real, that thing we'll see later, but at least respect that person who is expressing opinion. Yeah, so all these things could be actually in a day-to-day mundane life. We can take away and start applying this and start to correlate with this science also. We'll continue with this discussion. और किसी को इसके बारे में कुछ और टॉपिक कहना है या कुछ बात करनी है, हम लोग बात कर सकते हैं. Sangeeta ji, would you like to say something?
I don't know what to say because you all are also experts in this. I am not that much, but I just feel, from my experience, I feel that when you are ready with the, new possibilities, it means there is an expansion in your mind. That is what Gurudev says. So with the meditation, we go into that expansion, we go into those other possibilities, we are open for other things. So the new possibilities enter in ourselves. And that is how we elevate ourselves in all these things. So what happens are small desires and agitations and whatever, we are already going into all that, just goes up, you rise up, you say, you go into yourself. And again, you become a witness. So let us be a witness. And I was witnessing all of you all today. Me, I couldn't say anything much. I'm not a science student. So I really don't know. Whatever I talk only on my experiential level, actually. So listening also to Yog Vaashishtha, but till I don't experience it myself, I can't talk anything. So I feel ki just let us be open and let it come now as it is coming. So it's okay. And regarding what she told me, Usha ji said at the last moment of that incarnation, I feel, every day what you think, what you are going on and on and on takes you to the last stage also. Like a wall. If the wall has to fall this side, will it fall this side? No. If the wall is bent and it has to fall this side, the whole jhukav of that wall is turning this side. So will it go and fall that side? No, it will not. Right? Only if it has to be turning this side, only it will fall this side, isn't it? The wall. Are you getting my point? Usha ji, are you getting the point? So the whole life, what we are thinking.
Scientifically, it is true.
Huh?
Scientifically, it is true.
No.
But if you go beyond science, it can go this side also, that side also.
But your thoughts, it is related to your thoughts. If your thoughts are all negatives, like that, so then it has to fall that side only. It cannot go and suddenly become positive at the end of your... See, when you're at the end stage, your whole life just goes as a movie, as a picture. The person who dies actually sees his whole life going as a picture like that. And whatever the end means, wherever his mind is stuck, and whatever his vasanas and all, they take the birth. So it is that way only, isn't it? Something else won't take birth. That only, all that his thoughts only, those become those vasanas and they will take the birth. So again, it is like that only. The wall will fall one side only, where whatever is...
I got the point which you are trying to make. Probably you are trying to make that it is very important for us to do your karmas and do all these things.
Yes.
And when the end time comes, that point of you will not discover anything. You're used to this doing this same karma, so that the similar thought comes in the end also. Yeah.
And also.
Please proceed.
Yes, you got it. Yes. You got it, Usha ji. So that was there in my mind, and rest is all celebrations. Just be with it. I feel.
Very nice. और किसी को कुछ बात करना है?
Enjoy every moment. Thank you.
अनगा जी, कुसुम ताई. उषा जी, किसी को कुछ बोलना है? कुसुम ताई, हाँ बोला.
एक है कि यम यम वापि स्मरन् भावन त्यजत्यन्ते कलेवरम तम तमेवैति कौन्तेय तद्भाव भावितः. मतलब लास्ट मोमेंट में जब जो भी आप स्मरण करते हो, तो उसी का भाव में आपको नेक्स्ट ये मिलता है, जन्म, या यू गो देयर. यम यम वापि स्मरण भावन, लास्ट मोमेंट में मृत्यु के. तो ये एक हो गया. फिर दूसरा है कि शायद लीलावती, वो जो है ना, तो शाश्वत अशाश्वत ची इच्छा केली, म्हणजे जे अशाश्वत आहे तर ते हवं म्हणून इच्छा केली, तर पण त्याच्यासाठी तपस केलं, म्हणजे सगळं हे जे आहे केलं, तर थोडस पटत नाही, पण केलंय असं. तर तेच आपण मुक्तीसाठी केलं तर इट विल बी मोर बेटर.
So that is very
this is what I understood.
Yes, very beautiful point explained by Kusum Tai here. That Kusum Tai said, oh, if at all you are asking for such a small thing, ask for something which is highest. Na? If you're all asking, if the goddess Saraswati standing in front of you all there, you are asking small petty things. Instead of that, ask for the highest. No, another thing, Kusum Tai and Sachinji was explaining about the importance of doing good karma. Yeah? And even it has been added by Sangeeta ji also that at the last moment, your thinking and everything will be related to only what you have been doing throughout your life. Suddenly you can't become Santa and all that, and that's what would happen, that I want to lead this life. And Sachinji also brought a concept of fruits of karma here, that you have been thinking that I have to do a lot of good karmas, then what you think will actually materialize in your next life.
Just on lighter note, it is said that even if you are saint and whole world says you as a good person saint, what matters is your partner's opinion. So if your partner is not is not agreeing with it, then because the partner stays with you for longer time, and she or he knows who you are really.
You are better than. So that is for the spouses and the partners. But the thing is that, see, all these things, if at all, if it is just a dream, no. Now Sachinji start dreaming something about now. Now I start dreaming something about now. What is the control on that? I can dream whatever. I can dream heaven, I can dream kingdom. No, I can dream whatever I want to dream. No? So if it is a dream, what is the all this karma has to do with that dream? No? It's just a dream. So
One more thing.
हाँ,
One more thing है यहाँ की after death वो जो soul है तो that remains on the earth means about वही जहाँ है वही for 10 days and after that वो सब हम क्रिया कर्म जब करते हैं तो after that it goes away for his mukti's path में जाता है
so all these
तो फिर
things are
उसको उसको बांध के रखना फिर अच्छा नहीं है.
yeah, I agree with Kutumji. So this is a story. I don't
Yes,
think that
yes.
it has happened like this. It is a
नहीं मिस इसमें से हमको क्या लेना है.
हाँ, ये समझना है. That is very important because there are a lot of grays. No, there are a lot of
Yes.
questions. How
Yes.
come that soul is there, and how come that soul is not gone from there? So they bring the goddess there, no? Okay, as the
Yes.
goddess has given the boon, something which is impossible to us, it happens.
Just an analogy means if we have told 200 or 300 years back people that we could have a Zoom meeting and we can share live meetings now, they would have laughed at it, whether it is possible or not. Right?
Absolutely.
So if you see on every planet, the day time is different. If you go to moon, the day is of 14 hours. If you go to Venus, it will be of 16 hours. So the time concept changes on everything. So you don't know what you don't know. So there is a vast things. If you assume told any person that you in next 100 years people could have flight from one place to another, no one have imagined that. Even now there are people who do telepathy in this age. One sits at one corner of world and another sits at another corner, but they with their thought only they pass their and this is scientifically proven. So how could you do that? So there are so many things which we don't know.
Absolutely. This is a fantastic viewpoint expressed by Sachinji here. So that is what the possibility, do not reject. Yes, Neelaji.
Continuing what Sachinji said, and actually even Ushaji mentioned about how at one side of the world somebody is a certain behavior and how it can actually change the atoms in another part of the world. So I would think it's collective consciousness. And like one of the experiments that was done on rats in Russia, where they tried to teach rats to swim. And they taught them how to swim. And funnily enough and miraculous, it would seem, that across the continent, in other parts where the rats were not taught how to swim, they started swimming. So that evolution, that collective consciousness, so to say. So like you're saying, telepathy, it's, I think in our practices, like we practice, say, our sadhana, for example. And I think Guruji has also mentioned it at times, that how he has made it easy, simpler. Like if we look at the times when the way the sages used to do their tapas and how it has changed. And just like technology has changed, even practice has changed and become easier. And somebody was saying that Guruji says that wait for some time and you're going to be another surprise where it's going to be even simpler, like from the 45-minute Kriya, Guruji's Kriya, it's come down to, I think, 10 minutes now online. So how things will change and how consciousness changes. So I'm just wondering, when we talk of karmas, as you're saying, the good practices that we do, would it affect slowly the consciousness to other people, where it'll become easier for them to actually be in that practice? And probably like a gene pool, you know, in the DNA, just come into the DNA from that point of view. And I hope that can happen.
Absolutely, Niluji. I fully agree with you. I second your thoughts. And Ushaji, when you were talking last time, this today's session, Ushaji mentioned that she loves your comment. No, she liked your comment. So very nice. Thank you so much for that. Now, Ushaji and Niluji, for this wonderful insights about this thing. So at the end of the day, what we can conclude here, we'll still open. If somebody wants to say something, they are still open. We are still open that they can come and comment. But just to summarize what we said here, that if someone says that there is a God, existence of a God, do not reject it. People tend to ask for a proof. Show me the God, where the God is. Can you disprove it? If you cannot disprove it, at least don't reject it. Let there be possibility. Exactly that same point was said by Sachin ji few years back. If somebody was saying that you're flying from here, or somebody will say that you will actually be able to see each other and talk to each other, nobody would have believed that. They would have just rejected it. This concept of flight is expressed as a Pushpak Vimana in the Ramayana. No, the Ramayana, all these things, they travel in the Pushpak Vimana. So see, the people thought about all these things. Probably it could be existed also. Can we reject it just like that? We cannot reject all these things. So let have that space and iota of unknowns. Even though there is no obvious proof, or obvious proof is there, you are not capable of experiencing that. What can another person do? Guru knows many things. How he wants to tell us, he wants to us to understand it. There are many experiences that he gives to us, but there are many things. It takes time. No, your body will not grow in one day. You have to do a lot of exercise for 6 months, then the muscles will grow. Yeah. So it has its own sweet time. But on this path of enlightenment, when one can get enlightened, there is no such guarantee. Neither we can say that it will take so much of time. No, it can happen any point of time. You are on the path, your master is there with you. It can just happen anytime, just like that. So keep this space open, that it might take some time. It might take multiple lifetime, or it might just happen in this lifetime, or it can just happen next moment also, because it's an endless possibility. So the way we are walking on this path of mukti, moksha, the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality, atmagyan, self-knowledge, let it come. It may come after this, or it might come after 12 times reading, or it may not come even after that. But as it has been promised here, that even by listening to it, it will elevate you in life. Is it not elevating all of us? Some way or other way, are we not feeling uplifted? Is not our consciousness feeling uplifted when we come together, share whatever the viewpoint, right or wrong? Let us not judge them, but don't we feel very good about it, being in the Sangha and the company of the good people like we all are here? So if that is the truth, let's continue with it. What you all say? Yes. और किसी को कुछ कहना है? हाँ संगीता.
That is the expansion that we feel, right? That is the expansion. When we come here, that is the expansion that we feel, right? So
Absolutely.
good, let us be in that. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Amazing, ना? Really amazing. रमा जी, सविता जी, अनगा जी, आपको कुछ कहना है?
Ramaji is showing thumbs up.
Showing thumbs up, but saying no. It's okay to remain silent. Anaga ji, would you like to say something? Anaga ji, तुम्हाला काही बोलायचं?
नाही.
Okay, ठीक. So it was wonderful journey, wonderful sharing from all of you. Thank you so much for that. we'll take a pause so that we can meet tomorrow. आज का यह सत्र हम लोग यहीं पे समापन करते हैं, स्वल्प विराम लेते हैं ताकि हम लोग कल एक बार फिर से मिलता है। फिर से एक बार आप सभी को रक्षाबंधन की बहुत बहुत
शुभका।
जय
मैं
गुरुदेव।
एक ही बात बोल सकती हूँ, मुझे अच्छा लगता है।
बोलिए।
मुझे अच्छा लगता है।
अच्छा, ये वेरी नाइस। थैंक यू सो मच रमा जी। जय गुरुदेव।